live on Echo FM 100.7. It is another beautiful day to be with you. Well, let's get this straight. It's just that everybody needs to understand that every Tuesday we have this sponsored program from the real estate. Prince Joel is going to be teaching us about real estate and all that, which you just had for about 30 minutes every Tuesday. So get used to it in the next couple of, I think about 2 months or thereabouts.
Yeah.
So everybody, apologies for those of you who will be wondering what happened, where is Barry Cosmos, where is Don, where is Straight Talk, things like that. We are here live and direct. It is another beautiful day here. Today is 3rd of March, right?
Yes.
Wow, and the second edition for this month. So today we will be talking of something very, very sensitive. Yeah. And I want everybody to understand that it's more or less learn more today, talk less.
Yes.
I want you to talk less and let's take more information. Because we will be taking a look at the Shiite or Shilte, as so many people call it differently. They are protesting the war in Iran and protesting the killing of Ayatollah Khamenei, who was killed by Israel and U.S. war on Iran. Of course, the aftermath of that particular war is causing a lot of ripples all over the world.
Yeah.
Right now in Nigeria, oil prices have gone up. DANGOTE has increased the fuel price by 100 naira, citing global oil prices increment and all that. So you can see that the aftermath of the war is beginning to go ripple around the entire world. Here in Nigeria, that's our major concern. The Shiites or Shilte are demonstrating in various cities in Nigeria, in Kano, in Lagos, in
and Niger.
It's beginning to become something worrisome. But we want to look at what is the connect between the Shiites and Iran. All right, that is going to be our lesson for today, because everybody get into the class, get your book, because we want to lecture a little bit about what exactly is the connection between the Shiites in Nigeria and Iran. Okay, so a lot of history here. It has to do with Islamic religion, and of course, it's a very sensitive matter. Like I said, some people may agree with what we say, some may disagree. But if you disagree, it is not like it's a problem. All you need to do is pick up your phone and then call in. Let's educate ourselves today. We want to understand what is going on so that everybody will understand where and why people do what they do. So that is exactly what we'll be dealing with today. Also on the show, protest galore is happening in Nigeria. In Nasarawa State, they are protesting. In Lagos, they are protesting. In Benin,
they also protesting.
That is where the protest became very, very interesting, because the governor of Edo State joined the protest. Why are they protesting? Stick around. We'll give you all those details live on Echo FM today. Straight Talk is the program. No pending corners. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, and of course I've got my microphone partner here,
Judge Don Ikoma.
Judge Don is here, and we are ready and raring to go. Let us get 1 or 2 headlines on the newspapers, and then we'll come back for this all-important conversation. Don't touch that dial. Okay, let's start off with the Punch newspaper this morning. On the Punch, the front banner here, Israel-Iran tensions. U.S. alerts citizens in Nigeria as the Shiites protest rocks Lagos. Okay, this is one of the biggest headlines on the newspapers today. All of the newspapers are carrying it. So that's one of the reasons that we want to talk about this today on the show. You got to understand where they're coming from, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and stuff like that. Everybody just bunk me. Don't call yet. We'll never reach. I'm not on the corner. No. Okay. So the Israel and Iran tension. U.S. alerts citizens in Nigeria as Shiites protest rock Lagos. All right, done. Let's get other headlines. Just run down during this one.
Okay. Taraba APC endorses Governor Tinubu for second tenure. U.S. orders non-emergency staff to leave Bahrain, Jordan, and Iraq. Oil is
Bahrain, that's Bahrain.
Okay, to leave Bahrain, Jordan, and Iraq. Oil extends gains. Stocks dives as Iran conflict spread. Trump hosts Germany's mayors in White House Tuesday. Morning recap. El Rufai home raid details emerge. El Rufai home raid details emerge. Petrol may hit 1,000 per litre. Biker dies in Lagos crash.
All right, that was a lone accident by the biker there in Lagos. He carried a machine, go jam a packed truck, and then the guy don't kaput. Anyway, they tell them to be careful. You just carry that bike. Photocopy your life, keep for her. Doesn't mean you have a power bike. You be riding any and anyhow. Now, this one don't go get accident. It's a lone accident. Only him died, and of course, it's a very terrible one. Now, of course, say if we get machine accident, that thing no get support anywhere.
Yes.
If you the fall, now you the land for grant. You and the machine. ICPC list documents, devices seized from El Rufai Abuja home and US-based Nigerian jailed 19 years over $4 million romance fraud. Oh boy. The woman don't go carry.
How do you know it's the woman now?
Now woman now. See him now. Now me put in face. All these women just like to be attacked by the customers. I mean, men supporting men, men support me. Women here in this office want to finish me. Okay. Well, but at the end of the day, they said it's a love fraud.
Yeah.
You don't go deceive the guy. According to a 40-year-old Nigerian, Leslie Mba has been sentenced to 19 years in United States federal prison for his role in the $4 million romance scam and business email compromise scheme. All right, that is another story there. Let's move on now to the Daily Post newspaper.
Yeah.
Still on that Iran, US-Israel war. Nationwide petrol price hike to hit Nigerians. Oh, my God. DANGOTE has increased by 100 naira. Imagine what petrol marketers will increase, and then the filling station will add their own. Back to 1,000 plus again. And now what is costing it? The war in Iran. Wow. All right. Israel versus Iran. Middle East conflict may not stay regional. That is coming from security experts. In case you don't know, this war has spread into 13 countries so far.
Yes.
13 of them. Later on, I'll list the 13 countries the war has touched so far. And the number of deaths recorded is getting increased every day, every minute. The bombs are landing like rain now in both sides. The worst one is that Qatar airport was hit yesterday.
Yeah.
Qatar airport was hit. People who were trying to run away from Qatar, the airport was shut, and then they've closed the airport, and everybody had to go home. It's no longer going to work. So if you're in Qatar, remain there. People where they go Qatar, go holiday. Nigerians and all over the world, everybody's going to Qatar. Now, Wahala don't show. Where will you go? Same thing happened. There's another bomb landed, I think, close to airport in Saudi Arabia from Iran. I don't know why Iran is shooting their own neighbors.
Because we have military troops or military bases in most of all of these countries.
The US has military base. United Kingdom have military base. Just as an
that's
update.
why they're attacking these countries.
That's crazy. That's being stupid, if you ask me. Because at the end of the day...
They said it now. They're going to do that.
They will do that?
Yes.
And what is the consequences?
They don't care, actually.
You don't care?
Yeah.
Oops. Okay. Iran, Ukraine ready to send drones to protect Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait, and others. This man never protect his own people. Now this white man, I don't understand. Some presidents are very funny. This is the same man going to all these same countries to go and beg them, give us weapon, or Russia won't finish us. Now you want to send drones. Protect your people first. Playing politics. I hate all these kind of politicians playing politics with the lives of people. First and foremost, Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky, his tenure has since elapsed. The war is what is keeping him as president. So why would they want the war to end? That's another issue. Well, the Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Kyiv is ready to assist countries facing threats from Iranian-made drones, including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait, by sharing Ukraine's battlefield experience and defensive expertise. Well, they are in war, so definitely they know how to fight the war, because it's been years. Russia has not been able to just wipe out Ukraine, just like they muted before the war started. Ukraine has stood firm, not going down without a fight. And Russia, as big as they are, they can't fight one tiny small Ukraine. that is what is happening. Lagos has no pension arrears, and retirees remain priority. That's coming from Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State. Iran, the world very lucky to have Trump as leader. That is coming from Netanyahu. Wow. Is that true? Straight talk, no bending corners. Is that true?
Don't ask me anything.
Is that true?
Don't ask me.
Okay, you don't want to talk. Okay, no wahala. No wahala. But are you out there, is this true that the world is very lucky to have a president like Donald Trump, because the likes of the Democrats in America are like screaming hell? Kamala Harris was on camera saying that Donald Trump has dragged them into a war no American wants. How true is that? So do you agree with Netanyahu that the world is lucky to have a president like Donald Trump, who is trying to rid the world of terrorist backers according to their own interpretation? They say Iran is the single most powerful terrorist financiers and weapon supplier and every other thing you can imagine. That is exactly what they have termed Iran to be. Moving on now to the Vanguard newspaper, Don.
Okay. Where is it? Okay, Middle East war. No distress calls yet from Nigerians in Iran. Federal government.
Well, Abike Dabiri's picture is there. No distress call from Nigerians in Iran. And in Nigeria, we see the Iran now. Hey, your name now. Sorry. Nigerian government, they never have free Chibok gas finish. Now Iran, they will go free you from. Anyway, that's okay. This one.
Okay, shocking revelations behind Egbetokun's removal as IGP.
This story is not going anywhere soon. Yes. And I know Sowore is the one firing and
they gave so many reasons there.
This story is not funny. The man said his family reasons. Mona take her like that's not family reason. Why don't they go dig the
it doesn't talk about family reasons.
Well, shocking revelations have emerged regarding President Bola Tinubu's directive for the former Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to proceed on retirement. It was discovered that the former IGP failed to remit monthly allocations meant for administrative operations and logical running of some state police commands for months. So where the money go? Is it enough to retire him? Are they not going to recover? This is what it was. Just the man don't pay in price, in dues. So I say don't chop enough. Yeah, bye-bye. Can't they go? They go. That's how President Bola Ahmed Tinubu tell him. But the man say due to family reasons. All of them say the family will not know whether or not the family of him and the police and him and the president or him. Oh, the family now. Wow. Okay, we move on. Governors back Tinubu's oil revenue reform and urge direct remittance to Federation account. All right. People who they talk. Anything with Tinubu talk, why not go back? Nice one. Okay. All right. DANGOTE partner stations, MRS, NNPC raised petrol price by 100 naira per liter. I've told you that already.
Yeah.
Now let's take the next story.
Okay. Police query officers over alleged misconduct against core member.
Hi. Before, if you wear NYC cloth, nobody they use you play.
I'm telling you.
Police say they give you respect. Now they're going to beat coppers.
They don't care.
Ordinary vigilante go beat a serving copper and stripped to get naked to the whole world to see her nakedness. That was a serving copper. Until today, we don't know what happened to those guys. How they say they don't pursue them for the work. That was a serving copper. No more dignity in service in this country. I pity most of the lawmakers that stay there and police do nothing to protect corps members. Now they are police themselves to go brutalize a corps member. Maybe that police now, maybe you don't even finish secondary school. Check.
God.
I said maybe. And I'm serious. Most of these police, some of them are secondary school graduates, some of them are graduates, some of them joined the police before they went to school, which is all good. But why would you be beating up a serving copper, harassing a serving copper? What for? It doesn't call for anything, but, well, some of our police are so unruly to the point that if you meet them, everybody just hate the police because of the actions of a few.
Yeah.
Now they generalize the Nigerian police and say they're bad. I know some very wonderful policemen. You even imagine if they are Nigerian police, like, how did this happen? You're going to wonder. But some of them, they come out on the road, all their business is to find a way to extort money. The other one, I called the bike man to come and help me get fuel. And after waiting for like 30 minutes, I called, say, police holding bike. I said, for what? Say, they follow one way. I said, where? Say, for Bishop's Court. I said, one way there for Bishop's Court. You understand? Then at the end of the day, he collected 500 naira from Okada man. You, a what is it called? Police officer with salary, plus all manner of allowances, free accommodation in the police barracks and all that. Yet, Okada man, where they suffer to feed the family, you go still go collect money for a hand. Shame on you. Yes. Well, U.S.-based Nigerian jailed 19 years. I think we've taken that on the other paper.
Yeah.
And Trump warns of longer Iran war.
Yeah.
Rubio points at Israel. What does that mean? Yeah, Marco Rubio, who is one of strong men for Donald Trump, is pointing at Israel. What does it mean? But Secretary of State Marco Rubio's comment about Israel later added to the mixed messaging about the war launched by a president who long campaigned against U.S. entanglement in Middle East. When speaking at the State of the Art or start of the medal presentation event at the White House, Trump insisted that he needed to strike, saying it was the last best choice to hit Washington decades-long arch foe. Well, a lot of people are blaming Donald Trump, but for years we've been keep hearing death to the Jews, death to Americans. They burn American flags, and they're developing nuclear weapons capable of hurting anywhere in the world, and Donald Trump had to stop it.
Yeah.
Did they do anything wrong? Or they're just playing politics, trying to make Donald Trump look bad? What would they have done different? That's
These
another
drones
issue.
you're talking about, is it the one on the U.S. or the ones on the Iran?
The Iran have been developing...
and they were warned not to do that because this particular country is a country
but they are a sovereign nation.
that is known for
Okay,
dispensing it, yes, and they're using it. And they said that this particular country is actually the one paying terrorists to actually, go about doing this. So that was why they actually had to halt them from doing all of this. So that was what President Donald Trump was actually trying to do. The only thing is just that he did not go through the Congress. He did not do the right thing by going through the natural means before taking out this action. He just took out the action. And I think that's why most Americans are upset.
But the fact is that they have been planning this for a while. They moved the U.S. naval ships, carrier launchers, their missiles, even their submarines to the Middle East. And they're trying to claim ignorance. Because this was debated in the U.S. Congress, I think so.
Yeah.
And, of course, most of the Democrats voted no to it.
Yes.
And the Republicans voted yes to it.
Of course,
they
will because the president is on seat. It's just like what is happening here in Nigeria, too.
Not really, because a lot of Republicans go against Donald Trump all the time if they feel that.
Yes.
But I think this is exactly what they all want. They're just playing stupid politics.
No. Not like they all want. Let us not assume. But based on the reports on ground now, this particular war is actually dicey. Even the Americans, to some extent, are not typically in support of what Donald Trump is actually doing. Fine, Iran has their own fault. They have their own fault. They have whatever it is they're actually doing. I don't know if you're getting me. But they are actually trying to preserve. They're actually trying to protect. You understand? But launching that bomb, there has to be a reason why you need to launch a bomb in the first instance.
Yeah, let's talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Iran is developing a missile capable of reaching the United States, which is nuclear, stockpiling uranium and all that.
Yeah.
And of course, that's atomic in nature.
Yes.
Uranium is atomic in nature, and it causes radioactivity,
yeah.
which can go even electricity, audio, television and everything will be affected.
Yes.
And these guys won't hesitate to use it.
Yes.
That is one of the things the United States is afraid of the most.
Very good, yeah.
Now,
I won't say afraid.
Yes, because why wouldn't you be afraid?
No,
They're afraid of that because if it happens, it will affect a lot. And they don't want it to happen. So if you're not afraid of something, how do you protect yourself against it? That's exactly what the United States did. And at the end of the day, what happened?
Okay.
If they allow these people to develop, it means they are capable of having a stronger bargaining chip.
Okay.
Because the United States is the strongest military in the world.
Yeah.
And that's why they superimpose on a lot of countries.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, they send the military might on you. And if Iran has that, it means they will
This has to do with trust. The U.S. know that they will not actually just, do something to affect anybody. They won't. But when they check and they see that this particular country will definitely do something to, to undermine another country or to undermine any other country, even their own country, they will go the extra mile to actually, and they have a way of actually getting, information.
Take a look at Iran. Iran set up proxies all over around the entire Israel.
Yes.
They have in Jordan, they have in Lebanon, they have in Cyprus, they have, I think, in Syria, and all that. These are all neighboring countries to
Yeah.
Israel. And these are people who are always affecting Israel one way or the other. Hezbollah is always shouting. In Gaza, Hamas is always there.
Yeah.
And I think they have this other one.
Too.
So these people are like a threat to Israel's existence. And Israel happens to be the major ally of the United States in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Anything that affects Israel would definitely affect the US. And if they can take out Israel, means they have the leeway
and that is not possible
to go to America.
Exactly.
Well, anything is possible.
No, for this one, I think I would.
You think it's not possible?
No, it's not possible.
You think God said they can never?
It's not about
Israel.
God, but if you go through history, you see Israel. This is one particular country that they don't just fight for any reason. If Israel has your time, or if Israel have your time, they will make sure they take you down in the slightest moment.
We know the Mosaics and the rest of them. They are not very big. Israel is not very big, but very powerful.
Yes.
We know that. And of course, they are the only European nation in the Middle East.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be Asian country, but they're in Europe.
They're just there.
I don't even understand how they're in the middle of Asia, but yet part of Europe. Anyway, all these colonial masters, they know how the abracadabra did there. Anyway, the conversation is getting interesting here in the studio. We will take it out to you very soon. Don't mind. We just wanted to give you these headlines. And at the end of the day, we will come back for the full conversation where you can all call in and then add your voice to the conversation. Because if we watch our time now, it's just time for us to go on a short break, on a commercial break. And when we come back, it's time for the news update. And after that, the conversation continues. We'll open up the phone lines for you to add your voice, give you the lessons, why the Shiites in Nigeria are protesting, and what is the connection between the Shiites and Iran there. Those are our upcoming events. So don't touch that dial. Stay. To the news update at 10 on Echo FM 100.7. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. 36 state governors under the aegis of the Nigerian Governors Forum (NGF) have thrown their weight behind President Bola Tinubu's reforms, requiring oil and gas revenue entitlements to be remitted directly into the Federation account. The governors described the move as critical to strengthening fiscal transparency, predictability, and constitutional alignment across all tiers of government. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission stated that it is yet to receive any distress call from Nigerians residing in Iran following ongoing hostilities between Iran and the United States and its ally Israel. Speaking on the possibility of activating a full evacuation plan, Balogun said certain conditions must be met before the federal government could intervene. He affirmed that the protection of Nigerians abroad remain a core responsibility of the federal government, in line with its citizen diplomacy policy. Concerned members of the Nigerian Union of League Local Government Employees, NOLGE, Lagos State Chapter, have called on the union's national leadership to suspend the state president, Comrade Sunday Sewanu Ogunfowora, pending the outcome of an ongoing investigation by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The members expressed concern that the national leadership has yet to act on the rule maintaining Ogunfowora in office despite the serious allegations. The members demanded Ogunfowora's immediate suspension pending the conclusion of the EFCC investigation. Telecommunications operators in Nigeria will now be required to give subscribers a minimum of 14 days notice before deactivating their SIM cards over inactivity or postpaid churn, following a fresh proposal by the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC). The new proposal is part of a broader regulatory review tied to the rollout of the Telecom's Identity Risk Management System, a cross-sector platform designed to curb fraud linked to recycled, swapped, or bad mobile numbers. In collaboration with the Nigerian Army and local vigilantes. In the world of sports, Real Madrid fell to a 1-0 defeat by Getafe at home in La Liga, leaving them 4 points behind leaders Barcelona. Alvaro Albaloa's side, beaten by a superb volley from Martin Santriano, suffered a second consecutive loss in the Spanish top flight, with French superstar Kylian Mbappe in France to treat a knee sprain. Madrid lined up with Gonzalo Garcia in attack alongside Brazil star Vinicius Jr. at the Santiago Bernabeu. And in business, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, has commended the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, for its effort aimed at repositioning the manufacturing sector in Nigeria for sustained growth by adopting global best practices and methodologies. Director, Research and Economic Policy Division, MAN, Dr. Oluwasegun Osidikpe, challenged industrialists to safeguard the environment and foster sustained economic growth and development in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, a general in Iran's Revolutionary Guard threatened to burn any ship seeking to navigate the Straits of Hormuz, a vital route for oil and gas shipments. He stated that they will also attack oil pipelines and will not allow a single drop of oil to leave the region as oil price will reach $200 in the coming days. And that's all for the news update at 10 as edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook is Echo FM, and our X is at Echo FM _Owerri. On Instagram and YouTube is Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that is the news update at 10 as brought to you from the studios of Echo FM. Straight Talk live on Echo FM. You are listening to Barry Cosmos, the Radio Mashada, one on radio. And of course, we've got Judge Don with us here today. Let's move on now to the main event. But before we do that, let's just take up some of the messages that came in while we were still on the newspaper review.
Okay.
This one says, I'm calling to Swago, aka Motion, texting from Imopoli. Good morning, my good friend Barry Ekeoma and the listeners. Those Shiites protesting in Nigeria, what was their advice to Iran when their supreme leader was boasting? My advice to Donald Trump is that they should know that it is not all Nigerians that are protesting. Abego, emotion from Imopoli.
Yes.
The fear of America is the beginning of wisdom. But this one says, but while did the oil price go up here in Nigeria for what is happening in Iran and other Middle East countries? Meanwhile, Nigeria is one of the oil-producing countries that's supposed to use their opportunity to make money by marketing their products to others, not for the fuel product to go high, because we refined it here by Dangote. But as for share, no comment. Listen to Len. Okay, listen to Lane or Len. Anya saw Kingsley from Abaze Egbema. It's a good head to Mr. Barry and co for the good work you are doing to the people of Imo State and Nigeria at large. Thank you very much. Don, take this one for us.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Barry Cosmos, the ever-vibrant voice of Echo FM and the brilliant, insightful Don Ekoma, and to all our listeners of Echo FM 7 Owerri. Imagine a man trying to put out a fire in his own kitchen while fixing his broken gate. Suddenly, he hears a violent fight erupting in a distant village across the river. Though he may feel strongly about it, he knows that leaving his home to join that quarrel could invite a new enemy to his doorstep, while his own house still burns. By staying and tending to his family, he keeps his children safe and his home standing. Let this be our guiding example. Wow.
Alphonsus Chima texting from Insu Junction. That is a very strong message, put in a little bit of poetic language, but definitely it's beautiful. I like that. Okay, this one is coming from the People's Elder. It's a Barrio and Judge Don. Happy day. Iran is a big evil nuisance to the world. Jesus, that's a strong word. There is need for their actions to be curtailed in a record time. So very peaceful country must join hands together. Peace to the world, Elder Chijoke. He's sending another one here. He says, Buru Barrio and Judge Don, happy morning. Police harass corps members is not new in the recent times because the polity does not have regard for corps members. Iran is behaving like the proverbial Amadioha. It is now throwing missiles anyhow, but who knows the next country to be attacked? The Shiites protesting in Nigeria is the root of insecurity and terrorism. Unfortunately, we don't have a responsive government. According to Elder Chijoke. This one is Engineer Buka texting from Futo. Let me read this one because you may enjoy yourself reading this one.
Hey, God.
A very good morning, Barry and Co. Iran's external posture under leaders such as Ali Khamenei can be viewed as operating like an pressured reactor within an already fragile global framework. Rather than allowing diplomatic cooling mechanisms to stabilize tensions, repeated confrontational engagement risks injecting high voltage disturbances into regional network. That is physics now. He's speaking physics to me. Let's move on now, maybe at chemistry. Such actions may trigger escalation loops similar to positive feedback in engineering systems, computer, where reactions amplify instead of stabilize. The broader concern is that sustained geopolitical aggression can overheat the regional architecture, strain economic circuits, and weaken international equilibrium. Sustainable global systems require calibrated outputs, insulation against conflict propagation, and deliberate stabilization, not continuous thermal build-up. The heat is going on. And of course, he went further to add, indeed, Trump remains a president whose Mach numbers can't be ascertained in reactions. Engineer Buka texting from Futo. You know why I wanted to read that? It's always chemistry, physics, and all of them joined together. Well, that one is a beautiful message from Dr. Mrs. Umadan.
Okay, Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri. So Wike has the power now to determine who wins in an election. Power now belongs to Wike and not the people again. Some of our leaders are just playing on our intelligence. We cannot keep quiet and watch our democracy go down the drain. If we don't speak out against evil in this country, it will continue. Okay, it will continue. Politics is about joyfully rendering quality service to the people, but the dealers we have today are after their own selfish interests.
All right, that's the gospel according to Dr. Mrs. Umar. Before we go into our Facebook to bring you messages there, let's start the conversation so that our listeners will also join the conversation. It's going to be interesting, I can assure you on that one. Okay, let's go. First off, we are talking about protests in Nigeria. Let's deal with the electricity one. Protests everywhere in Nigeria, where Governor Kwebolo is joining Edo people to protest against blackout in Nigeria. Yoo-hoo! Yippee! I wish Governor Hope could join us because we don't reach to protest. Blackout everywhere.
We're peaceful people.
And the worst part of it is that they still bring you the same bill when we had light, and now that it's complete blackout, they still bring bill for blackout. Nah. Come, this one with the laugh. Your cousin the worst.
Because that was what somebody said in Benin, that we pay for light and the reward is darkness.
Terrible. It's terrible. But then the worst part is the silence from the government.
Yeah.
This is not about federal government. State governors, senators everywhere, your people are in darkness and they are forced to pay. This is just annoying. Then you go to hospital. If the hospital cannot buy diesel and you are on life support, what are they telling you? The black guy is telling you, go and die. That's a simple language. NEPA, EEDC, Power Holding, Transcorp, whatever name they answer, you people are just letting people die. There are old men whose life is on life support machine. This life support can be like cooling. It's not about medication in the hospital. Then there has a need light for air conditioning, for fans and all that to be alive. Because the heat in their body may just kill them. Yes. But the blackout is up there. None of your fault, right? That's what you will say. But at the end of the day, why do you have to charge for darkness? This is unbearable, and it's becoming something we need to be singing and shouting every day. But then Governor Kwebalo joined his own people to protest this one. Ho-ha. Yeah. Yes, and I love that one. Yes. At least our D7 governor don't do one nice one. I'm going to praise him. I'm going to praise him. No, me call him. I know people they call him D7 now. Yeah. They call him D7 governor. I mean, they say in result on social media, D7, they are D7, D plus F9. That's why those, it doesn't get F for mass.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like, you don't know the program what you do. No bending corners. But they talk them the way you be, that's how they talk them. See, Edo people, if you are joining us on our Facebook, please go and watch it. If you have not seen, just join us on Facebook and on YouTube so that you can see for yourself. Yeah. The governor came out to protest. He didn't come to come and chase them away with police and tear gas like they usually do. If you protest, they use tear gas, pursue you, come out. So just join us on Facebook and you will hear them live and direct. So everybody, it is very important that you join us there and drop your comments if you can't call us and get us online. Okay. This is pure wickedness of the highest order. My problem is not about the blackout. You give blackout and you bring bill. What kind of wickedness is that? And this is not, are you aware that EEDC, whatever DC that you join from any part of Nigeria, this is private business.
Yes, it is.
Ripping people off, and the government watch and do nothing.
Behaving the way they are behaving, yes.
Watch and do nothing. It's very, very bad.
The Benin have called it BEDC.
They must have a DC. DC, spoiling people's names. See, it's even there for customers. God, Jesus Christ.
You're the one that puts the customers there.
All right, let's move on now. It's a terrible situation, but then in Lagos, it's the same thing. In Nasarawa State, they're also protesting. Same issue, blackout and bills. So, we should, in OJ, very soon, I'm going to call that lady's name. I will soon bring a very serious matter with that lady. Goes about cutting people's light and bringing bill to them after she cut the light. Very soon, we'll call you out because you're owned under too much. All right, let's move on now to other stories. And let's, I think it's halftime. Our people, they never talk today on radio. That's not nice. So let's open up the phone for them to add their voice for what we've said so far. 0911 20,022 or 0707 454 1014. Who will be our first caller today? Good morning.
Oga Barry, good morning, sir.
I greet you.
Good morning.
And good morning, Lady Dawn.
Good morning.
The senior citizen, is that you?
No, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm at home.
Okay.
I have no shirt on me. I have no singlet on me.
Away.
Because that is the only way for me to survive.
Imagine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. 20,000 naira petrol lasts you less than 4 hours. That is the truth. Depending on the type of genset you have. Barrio, you know I'm not a pensioner, I told you.
Yes.
I did not work for the government. At less than 33, I decided I had worked enough for anybody and to work for myself. So no blame. But why do you come and seem to cut off the wires because somebody has not paid when you have not given? Between December 25 and yesterday, I live in the city of Owerri.
Yeah.
I have not had a total of 30 hours electricity supply. But I'm talking of between December and yesterday. let the people who are supplying light come and contradict me.
Mm.
I usually pay and add extra on my bill. But what I've been asking you, what is government and governance if not the welfare of the people? I keep asking you again, Barry. Can you tell those who know? I'm not saying that you don't know, so that they can add their voices to educate us on what it means to have a government in power. And there is no benefit to the people.
Okay.
And what is the cost of governance, Barry? I keep asking. What is the cost of governance that you cannot include basic amenities? Basic is basic. I was in a hospital on Friday, Saturday, and yesterday. The noise of the genset, I said, take me away from here. That was its own sickness. I didn't have that before I went there.
Sure.
But what am I saying? Those in authority, in governance, the beneficiaries of the wealth, Commonwealth of Nigeria, must tell themselves that they are most unfair to the citizens of Nigeria. To the, not the common, to the citizens of Nigeria. Those, I'm not one of the commoners. I am not Barry. Yes, almost half a century ago, I came back to this country with a postgraduate degree in my field, and I cannot get electricity. And somebody wants me to be on the road with a fresh leaf and shouting all we are saying. We are not saying anything again. They are supervising the death of Nigerians. Okay. That is the truth of the matter. Those in authority are supervising, they are rejoicing in the death of Nigerians.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
It is in Mazu.
Thank you very much.
Nigerians. I mean God bless Nigerians. That's what I mean. God bless Nigerians.
Thank you very much, senior citizen. Wow, that was speaking from the heart, man, touching heart. Now, I have another problem. See these scanty people who came out to protest.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that requires the whole street to be filled up because everybody is feeling the heat. But unfortunately, it'd be like saying only some people they think they worry. Good morning.
Tabari.
I greet you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome aboard.
Don Josh.
Good morning.
Good morning.